As always, thank you for your public service. I yield back to the chair.
Thank you.
Senator Butt.
Thank you, Chairman. Administrator, thanks for being here. Appreciate your time today. Back on February 16th, President Biden issued Executive Order 14091, and has to do with that opportunity for entrepreneurs. And I think we would all agree that we should be providing more opportunity to entrepreneurs of all backgrounds. But here's where the concern is about the true purpose of this executive order. For example, the title of Section 3 is Delivering Equitable Outcomes Through Government Policies, Programs, and Activities. Furthermore, the phrase equitable outcomes is used no less than 8 times throughout the document. Given the repeated usage of this term outcomes, Administrator, under your leadership, is the SBA, is it primarily concerned with equality of opportunity or equality of outcome?
Equality of opportunity. I mean, we see that there's great disparity in the systems and supports for our small businesses across the board in underserved communities. And as we work to fill gaps as the agency and ensure that all small businesses, entrepreneurs with great ideas have the opportunity to grow their business, commercialize it, start it, et cetera, we want to make sure that our programs are accessible to all of our entrepreneurs.
I mean, language is powerful. Just why the use repeatedly of outcome versus opportunity? I mean, for decades, EEOC is about opportunity, not outcomes. In any particular, I know it wasn't random. Just seeing if there was a philosophy behind that.
Well, I know that if we present more opportunities, as studies have shown, when we invest in all of our businesses, they can have better outcomes. And so I think, that's the connection for me, is that I know if I deliver opportunity, if I deliver access to key programs, the success factors that businesses need, that we can see better outcomes for all of our businesses.
I think it's critical. I mean, I like how you address that. But if we're presenting more opportunities, let's talk about presenting more opportunities rather than what it's going to get to, because that's what we do. We want equal opportunity. So we're just paying attention to that and seeing, where we want to level the playing field of opportunity. So I would agree with you in that. The SBA's proposed affiliation rule tells lenders that they no longer need to consider well-established underwriting criteria, and instead allows lenders to do what they believe is an acceptable loan. So let's not forget that the current underwriting criteria, it stabilized the 7A program, it minimized losses to taxpayers, and kept the cost of capital to borrowers reasonable. So your proposed rule would, as I understand it, would erase those standards, and it would create a system where lenders could use a taxpayer-backed portfolio to engage in extremely risky loans. That could dramatically impact portfolio performance, loss rates, and ultimately cost to borrowers. So this is concerning to me, and I think that it should be concerning to the committee. So if you would, do you believe that lenders should consider experience and the strength of a business when making a government-backed loan?
Thank you so much for that question, because I do want to clarify here that we are basing the credit criteria simplification on history. We have the SBA Express program, which is about 45% of our current volume, on which zero subsidy is based, and that portfolio has performed well. 20 out of the last 23 years, actually those SBA Express term loans outperformed regular 7A. And so when we're deferring to credit underwriting standards of the banks, we're still holding them accountable to that essential factor of ability to repay, first and foremost. And so they are allowed to adopt their own credit underwriting standards and alternative underwriting standards, which they've been effectively performing at zero subsidy throughout the program. So we are using that data and that experience at the SBA to inform this new regulatory reform that will simplify and attract more community banks and others into the program. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, thank you. I think with 23 years of success, as you mentioned, that we need to continue to look at things like, and what's your opinion on looking at past earnings, projected cash flow, future prospects of a business when making government-backed loans? I think you alluded to that some, but I just wanted to elucidate that and see where you stand on that.
A lot of our financial institutions will leverage that data, that history. I mean, they look at the tax documents as well as performance and ability to repay. But I think We're deferring to the lenders with this credit criteria, obviously, and ensuring that they can, continue to perform in the program. I think that's what we've been hearing from our lenders for quite some time, and they have the performance to back it up.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here today. Chairman.
Thank you.